What a privilege it is to be sitting on the same couch with the Queen, Rami Chuene. My name is Alice Tagwira and I'm representing She Glows Africa magazine. And today we're here at Mirage Beauty Spa, our host. Queen, thank you so much for allowing us into your space.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. I'm glad I'm here. It's so exciting.
I'm so honored. You're so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Well, let's get into business. We know you as an entrepreneur, an actress, a musician,
Yeah.
a producer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there another side of you that we're not aware of from your portfolio?
Well, I'm also an author.
Wow.
Yeah, I do have a book
Okay.
that I wrote in 2015. And I'm writing my second book right now. And yeah, so I'm also an author. But I'm a mother and a grandmother.
Grandmother?
Yes.
No. Wow.
I know.
Wow. What's keeping you so young?
Problems?
No ways. No ways.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I think just doing what you do best and, keep it moving and just minding your business and trying to do the best you can.
Amazing.
There's a lot on your plate to try and be focusing on a lot of things. So, yeah.
Amazing. As a mother to daughters,
Yeah.
how are you raising them and what values, principles, and standards are you instilling them that you'd want them to live by in this patriarchal society?
Thank God my daughters are now grown up. I don't have to worry about them anymore.
So how have you raised them? Okay.
You know what? I think I just winged it. I just winged it. But I think one of the best basic principles that I give to my girls, they must just be themselves, explore and experience life. Have their own personal experience with life because you can't dictate it. Also, the times they keep changing. For an example, when we were growing up as teenagers, there were a lot of things that our parents would tell us not to do. And we just wouldn't do them and we didn't ask why not, But kids now, they want to understand why are we doing the things the way we are doing them and why are we not going to the east instead and now we're going to the west.
Which is not a bad thing.
Which is not a bad thing. And that's why I'm saying that times change. So parenting also changes a lot.
Yes.
There are a lot of stuff that my mom taught me that I adopted and that I taught my girls and they adopted. And some of them, they choose to take it or not to take it.
Because they don't apply.
Yes, and it's fine because they don't apply.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, it's 2023. It will be silly of you to write me a letter that's going to be sent to the post office and come to me 6 weeks later. But now, if I'm in South Africa and you're in Zim, you just pick up your phone and we have a direct conversation. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. So if you do not adapt to how times are going, and I'm not saying people should lose principles and morals. That still stands. But it is dictated by different circumstances at the time. My 3 girls are all like different ages. And how my first one and my second one grew up is not how my third one grew up. And so you apply based on the experience at the time.
I like the fact that your girls question certain things.
Yeah, and they're hard and sometimes I don't even have answers. Yeah, no, they're hectic.
Because you're way older than them. It's good when our kids question us on certain things because this patriarchal society we live in is very harsh, especially on girls.
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
So I like it when they question you on certain things and you should be able to answer them. Okay, let's move on. We want now to look at the subject of submission. Like, I want to understand what different women think about this subject. So submission, according to the dictionary, it says one should give up their will it's like totally giving up your will to someone. And the part that submitting is expected to be subservient and inferior. What's your thought on that?
In fact, submission is actually one of my favorite subjects. I think we have a misconstrued way of looking at it. There's nothing wrong with submission.
Okay.
Whether it's a woman submitting to a man or someone submitting to a higher power, it doesn't matter. Not really the sexes, but I think with us, we look at it more that women submit to men, right? And because men are the head of the house. But what I wanted to say about that is that submission makes sense. You see what you said, according to the dictionary?
Yes.
It is giving up will, right? And you become, So the problem with submission, and which is why a lot of people are struggling with it, is that we find ourselves, as women in particular, having to submit to a lower standard. Do you understand?
Okay.
So submission becomes a problem if now you have to compromise yourself, belittle yourself, sell yourself short,
Wow.
make yourself uncomfortable,
Wow.
live in discomfort because you're trying to submit. So we need a
Losing
higher...
your power.
Losing your power. I still need to be powerful, strong, enthusiastic, bold, brave, all of that.
Yes.
Under submission. So that
I
means
love that.
the level of submission that I'm allowed to fall under should not be able to make me a lesser person that I am. So I can only submit or be under something that is already higher than I.
Wow.
And when you look at it like that, then it's easy. It's easy to submit, because then that means you still remain the person that you're supposed to be. You still do what you need to do. And even so, you don't give up will. It's basically saying you are in agreement, but you cannot be in a... That's why we say you must be equally yoked. You can't be in agreement
Yes.
with someone who is...
You're not on the same wavelength.
You have to be on the same
Anyway.
wavelength.
Yeah.
Yes.
You remind me of this couple that I was having a conversation with. They have their challenges, and the husband was like, as long as she lives under my roof, she will not go to work because I'm her boss.
Does he have enough money?
He doesn't even give you the man. There's a lot that needs to be done to dismantle patriarchy, because it's limiting our women.
It is limiting.
It's limiting on, especially this subject of submission. When it's preached in churches, it's poisonous.
I know, but you see, but that is not, and I don't think how a lot of churches preach submission. That is not the kind of order that God gave, because
yes.
and if you when you read the Bible, you will realize that many powerful events that took place in the Bible, whether in the New Testament or in the Old Testament, most of them, they were driven, they were thought out, they were propelled, they were influenced by the power of women.
Yes.
Amazing.
Amazing.
So how do you then try and submerge or minimize or diminish someone so powerful, knowing that they can actually drive society? And I like something that I think there was an interview, or it was part of the movie about Michelle Obama with just the Barack Obama film or something, either the film or the interview. And they were asking Michelle, because apparently Michelle was in a relationship with someone else before she was in a relationship with Barack Obama.
Yes.
And then they said to her, oh my God, can you imagine if you had married the other guy and not Barack? Then you would have missed out on a president. And Michelle's like, no. That guy would have been the president. So it is that. But where does your power lie? And that's exactly what she says, like, no, then he would have been the president, not Barack.
That's powerful.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
So sometimes in trying to glorify submission, trying to diminish and minimize women, a lot of men end up disempowering themselves, and they don't see that.
Wow. Amazing. I'm sitting with a feminist. Not a radical one though. Okay, of obstacles and hindrances, what's that one major thing you think is blocking women in Africa from thriving in their respective offices?
I think it's I think what is blocking a lot of women is lack of opportunity and lack of space, because women are natural born leaders. Basically, we have it in us.
True.
You know, when there's no food, all a woman needs is a stove, some water, and 3 peanuts. But you're definitely gonna eat at the end of the day. We don't know how they do it, but somehow there's magic. Next thing you're eating, you know. And I mean, a lot of us grew up not knowing that the family has hit a poverty state, because you just see yourself eating every day. But it's because women have always had plans. But most of the women, especially African women, they're denied opportunities. I think we've got some of the best African leaders who can, especially in politics, who can lead and turn around the state of Africa. But they're not given the platform, they're not given the opportunity, they're not given the space to showcase and lead people accordingly. And because it is not power, women have power. It is not ability. Women are intelligent, women are resourceful, women have experience, women can turn anything into something that is big, tangible, and strong, and life-changing. So you find that, well, men being men, they love being in the forefront. Sometimes tell the women to go in the forefront and you'll see something different.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, okay, who do you look up to? One woman, one African woman, you feel she's a powerhouse, she's your inspiration?
Yeah, there's so many. I think at the time, it's like when you ask me right now, at the top of my head, there's a lady. Well, it's not like anyone would know them, but there's a lady that I met in church a while back. Her name is Udo Okonjo, and she's a business mogul in Nigeria. She's just so powerful. Everything she touches, when one day if you get an opportunity to sit with her and she tells you how she started. There was a point where she was selling pots in a desert.
Wow.
And for some strange reason, people would drive out to the desert to come and buy the pots.
Oh.
Like in the middle of nowhere. She just started something in the middle of nowhere.
You had an encounter with Okonjo.
Yeah, Udo, like she is amazing. You know, so yeah. I think for me right now, I don't know why she popped into my head now.
Just a few days ago, I was researching on her.
Is it?
I was mind blown.
No, she is. Like, she owns property all over the world.
She's amazing. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Now your message to a woman who is struggling to discover her purpose. Maybe you can share from experience how you get to discover your purpose.
I think discovering one's purpose, honestly, is it is personal. It's a personal experience. Obviously, some people discover it very, very early. I think one of the 2 people that I'm most jealous of sometimes in terms of the music industry and all of that is Andre and Sandra Crouch, the gospel artists, and they knew when they were 8 that they're going to be evangelists and all of that. And that's exactly what they did all their lives. Wow. And imagine having a twin and you guys are so much in sync that you know that this is what we're going to do is going to change the face of the gospel music and all of that. So there are a lot of people who will know what they want to do. I'm one of those, actually. I don't want to lie. I knew when I was about 5, 6, between there and that, I wanted to be in the entertainment industry and all of that, But that is just one part of the purpose. But when you live a purpose-driven life, then that's when you start realizing that I've got this talent, I've got this platform, I've got these opportunities or resources, and how are they going to change my life and someone else's lives for the better, So sometimes when one is struggling to find their purpose, I think the first thing that you need to find out is, what is it that makes you happy? Someone might be a teacher, but they're at their happiest when they dance, or they're at their happiest when they are singing or whatever. There's a lot of things. Or they're at their happiest when they write short stories and all of that. So what is it that makes you happy? That when you've completed it, when you've done something, you feel so fulfilled and so content, then maybe that is your actual purpose. Because there's a difference between having a job and working. A job is when you need to make money to live. That is your job.
Time for
exactly
money.
Because you need to live in terms of paying, in terms of
Bills.
paying your rent, your
Yeah.
car, whatever, all of that, right? That is your job. But your work is when you're prepared to do it, whether there is a pay or not, right?
Yeah.
That is work. Now, purpose as well is when you've discovered what is it that you would do even if you did not get paid for it. Add it with what you will do to get paid, and together they click. So you end up being fulfilled personally, and you still get to make a living out of it.
100%.
You know? So some people need to find, and I know a lot of people are so scared. Some jobs are so hard, or work and patience, because you're like thinking, I can't just follow my passion. Yes, I know there are people with passion. You can work at a petrol station while pursuing your passion. But what I know for sure is that I've never seen someone pursuing their passion and it backfired. It always pays off.
100%.
Yeah.
So, as we wrap up, what effort did you invest in seeing your vision come to fruition?
Well, okay, different things that I do, but I think in terms of, for instance, if you're going to be an actor, for instance, like you can't tell a story and not be able to read stories. Like you have to read a lot.
Okay.
Reading books, investing your time, learning new vocab, learning new ways, hearing people's thoughts, and basically you invest it. If you play the piano, you practice. If you're singing, you practice. If you're an athlete, you go to training. Soccer stars, they don't just wake up and they're on the soccer field. People like David Beckham, 7 years old, he knew he wanted to be a soccer star. And he was put in spaces and places that allowed him to master that craft. Tiger Woods started playing golf at 4, 5, I don't know how young he was. Serena Williams and Venus. Yeah, Serena and Venus, they started playing tennis at a very young age. And at that time, even at a very young age, they had the end in mind. So when you have the end in mind of what you're supposed to do, you must start doing the hard work now, and then you start preparing. And also, it's never too late to learn. You can be 45 and start learning the piano and start playing a musical instrument and start checking your purpose and realigning yourself to what it is that you want to do, that you know that is going to bring you joy. So I think that is important,
Indeed. Okay, amazing interview with the queen, the icon, Rami Chuene.
Yeah.
Chuene. Chuene. Your goodbye message to the viewers.
Bye, guys. Before I go, what I would like to say to your viewers is that, sometimes we just need to realize that it takes more than, it's not just about different conferences and just getting together. Sometimes it just takes you doing something good. I have a foundation called the Rami Chuene Foundation, and our tagline is do good where you are with whatever you have.
Wow.
So you don't need an occasion to do something amazing for someone, to do something good, to add on. Right now we've rolled out a campaign where we are giving out metric dance dresses and graduation dresses. And how that came about, I looked at my closet. There's so many dresses that I wore for different red carpet events that I will never wear them ever again. But then why are they sitting in my cupboard? And I gave away one. Then next thing, we are now sitting on more than 40 dresses. So wherever you are, it doesn't matter how big, how small, as long as it can make someone's life better,
Yeah.
and it can make a difference in someone's life,
That's
that's
powerful.
good. You need to do it.
There you have it, viewers. It was indeed an amazing and insightful interview with the amazing queen, my icon, my celebrity, Rami Chuene. Yours truly, Alice Tagwira. See you next time.
Thank you, Alice.